You can also, under the new regulations, contact the healthcare provider directly to clarify or authenticate a certification. Now, what that means is if you have a certification that came in and you don't think a physician actually filled it out, you can pick up the phone without a permission to contact, by the way, and ask the doctor, did you fill this out? Now, without a permission to contact, you can't talk about any medical information whatsoever, but the question is, did you fill it out, yes or no? If the doctor says no, you deny that leave because it's a fraudulent request for leave. Consider requiring your employees to share leave for bonding, your married employees, okay? If you have 2 employees who work for you and they are married, you can require them to share the 12 weeks of FMLA for bonding. You can also require them, little known fact, to share FMLA to care for a parent who has a serious health condition, even though they don't have the same parent. The regs also allow you to make them share the 26 weeks of caregiver leave, which is huge. So if you have 2 married couples and they both work for you, you want them to share, or 2 married people, excuse me, you want them to share because that's 26 weeks of leave in a 12-month period.
This is where the battlefield is now, is the interactive process and the reasonable accommodation process. And this is a battlefield where, unfortunately, employers are going to have a much more difficult time winning. Because here we have the word reasonable. It's a reasonable accommodation. Well, what's reasonable? Reasonable people can differ about what's reasonable, which means the people on your jury who are going to be reviewing whether you made a reasonable accommodation available to this person or not, or whether you could have, are going to be looking at it in the way they look at reasonable. And that's not a very good place to be. What a reasonable accommodation is supposed to do is to remove the barrier that interferes with the individual doing their job. So that is, the accommodation has to apply to a part of the job. And so we want to analyze that job and figure out exactly what it is in the job that the individual is not able to do. And then we talk about how do we possibly accommodate that.